Hello everybody, JohnnyJans here, and I'm coming to you from where I'm seeking shelter from Hurricane Milton today at All-Star Music. The bands are moving in, the rain is coming down, and it's going to be a wet, wild, and windy time. So, without further ado, we're gonna see if we make it through the hurricane. Just join me for some meandering around. And behold, this is where it is, where I'm going to be taking shelter from Milton. Nothing to keep me safe but a giant speaker and a guitar. Now, I prefer, if I can't evacuate to Pennsylvania, Virginia, somewhere north, I like to go to Disney World here to take shelter because odds are I'm not going to lose power. I've done a few hurricanes here. Nothing this big, not as big as Milton, have not lost power. So that remains to be seen if we do so tomorrow. Praying like heck that we don't. Because once we lose power, then we lose AC. And being trapped with the children in a small room, well, the real test for survival begins. Taking shelter up here on the third floor, right next to this giant jukebox, most notably called the Rock Inn, and you can be sure that this place will be rockin' later like a hurricane. This is base camp. This is where I'm going to be confined to throughout the duration of the storm. I got all the essentials, plenty of food, plenty of water, stocked up as we should be, electronics so the kids don't drive me nuts, emergency fans in case we lose that air conditioning, pillows, blankets, and of course, an old turkey burger I had to make to save out of my freezer. That's a cold burger. So I got my weather channel on the TV. There's Jim Cantori. You know when he comes to your town, it's time to go. Category 5, thank the Lord, it's not gonna hit us that strong. Maybe a category 2, which is gonna be just as scary. I feel good looking at this guitar, like it's gonna keep me safe here. It's got this Johnny Be Good vibe. I'm gonna chase that. Hopefully it works out for me. Welcome everybody to day 2, Wednesday. This is the day the storm's gonna hit. It's gonna hit tonight. Disney's expected to close at 2 o'clock. And we already have wind bands coming in. The fountain is still fountaining here. But every once in a while you can see a gust of wind kind of knock the water to the side a little bit. We're having rain bands coming through. I hear thunder in the distance. It's gonna be a wild day as compared to yesterday when all the stuff was still like open and operating normally. Now there are no more rooms left, even here at the All-Star, so it is pretty packed. With the parks closing, a lot of people are gonna be here. Whoa, we got debris. What was that? That was a pine cone. It almost took me out right there. I'm a little jumpy. That was a little crazy. Well, anyway, this resort's fully packed, and as the parks close, more and more people are gonna congregate here in the music hall, the main area. And wow, boy was I right. Check out all the people that have congregated here in the cafeteria, getting last minute food items, all the provisions they need in case they are stuck in their hotel room for a long time, maybe even past tomorrow. The front desk is also crowded as everybody comes back from the parks and makes their final preparations before the night begins. And we are just hours away from Hurricane Milton approaching us. Standing here outside the bus depot of All-Star Music, you can see the letters, and there is nobody waiting for the buses anymore because Disney has officially closed operations at 2 o'clock, parks closed, so it would just be people coming back inside. It's a hustle and bustle of activity, that's for sure. And we are getting the early rain bands right now of Hurricane Milton. And apparently it's just gonna get progressively worse. So hoping it's not gonna be as bad. You could see that they have stacked all the pool chairs in hopes that they don't go anywhere. We actually got thunder right now, which I didn't know how much thunder and lightning actually happened in our hurricane. I thought it was mostly just rain and wind. The pool also looks rather high too, higher than usual. You can't even see to the bottom. We got 3 caballeros there watching out for things. And they've stripped down the umbrellas, took all the tables away. Walking just outside the music hall here in the main pool, looking at some of these trees. Bamboo is rather strong. I don't feel like that's gonna move much. They have a lot of shrubbery. That has the potential to move some trees there by the laundry room. But overall, most things around Disney World are definitely rated for hurricanes. They're built strong, like those maracas right there. And I think it's gonna brave the storm. You can see our hotel is gonna have 3 layers. No balcony, but it has like the inlet there. So you'll see out the window. Of course, these will just make massive wind tunnels if the wind does get really, really bad. Wouldn't recommend stepping outside the hotel room too much. I'm gonna try to resist the urge. Here we are at the piano pool. The pool closest to my hotel here. And it was definitely a lot busier yesterday, but now it is closed, it is empty. Chairs are stacked, everything's tied down. Umbrellas are gone. They're ready. Here we are back at my hotel. I've got this guitar and jukebox to protect me from the winds. And look, we got Christine over there. Ominous. Check it out, we have puddles starting to form here on the sidewalks in front of my hotel, in front of Christine here, over there in the distance. How much more puddles and water we're gonna take on, I don't know. But the rain has begun and it seems like it's not gonna end for a while. Here's to scale how deep it is right there. With the closing of everything, there's not much left to do but sit and wait for the storm. It's supposed to come into the evening, into the night. So there's not gonna be much to show because it's gonna get really dark, especially if the power goes out. Now it's just playing the waiting game and we're gonna see what happens. Really quick, it's about 7:30 and I'm running out just to get some provisions from the food court. And you can see a lot of wind gusts happening, coming in from the trees, and every once in a while you can see the spray from the fountain over by 3 caballeros just spraying all over the place as the wind picks up. Wow. It's coming again. These are just the bands, nothing major. And it is Thursday at 2 a.m. right now, waking up in the middle of the night, and Milton is here. I'm looking out my hotel window. I can see debris on the walkways right in front. The wind is coming in very strong gusts right now, shaking the trees. It's actually been kind of loud in the hotel room. You can hear the wind outside the walls. You can hear it shaking the doors, but luckily we still have power. Very thankful for that, and it looks like we're gonna get through this. Hopefully it doesn't get any worse, but it is definitely something to see. But welcome to this morning, day 2 after the Hurricane Milton has gone away. It is now safe to exit our hotel. The shelter indoors has been removed and we're outside, and thank God that we did pretty good. Did not lose power, made it through the night. I think we were very lucky, especially after looking at what others have faced. So very, very thankful for that, and hope you folks too at home made it out okay after the storm. A lot of debris, no downed trees, but there's definitely a lot of debris scattered along the sidewalks here. The winds were so loud last night. The doors were shaking. I guess we had gusts up to almost 90 miles per hour, but you can see a lot of twigs. You would not want to be standing outside at all during those wind blasts. Not gonna lie to you. Getting pegged with all this stuff. You can see the water even rose up on the first floor here. It has receded, but there was definitely a lot of water here. I was at the top, so we didn't have any water issues. Just a lot of wind, some snapped small branches here on the ground from the ferns. Just a lot of debris going on here at the All-Star, but in all things considered, we made it out very, very, very lucky. There's water in the hallways outside the elevators. You can see all the debris that blew in. Even within the stairwell, there's leaves and stuff that got through. That's how strong the wind was. Blew it all the way, not just to the elevators, but down on the inside parts of the halls here. Debris made it over to the vending machines. But overall, everything looks intact. Just a lot of plant debris, and that was it. The winds were just, this was all just one giant wind tunnel too. You just heard it all night long. I have to say that the guitar and jukebox have done their duty and protected us, just like I hoped they would. They were very sturdy through all the night, even though it was rocking. Here's one of the largest pieces of debris I've seen so far. Giant sized stick. You would not want to be caught outside when that thing was blowing. Look, trash cans have held up. This one's still taped down and secured, as well as this cone. Hasn't moved. Or someone just picked it up. There's a lot of debris to be swept up though. I mean, look at the pathway. This was all clear yesterday and pristine. We're gonna take a look at the pool real quick. Pool is not open, of course, but look at all the debris just leading up to the pool right now. Oh my gosh, look at the pool, it overflowed. We had so much rain. Here we got some down trees and stuff, but look, we had so much rain, the pool flooded. That's gonna take a while. The piano pool is not gonna be open for a little bit, I'm sure. Look at that. Wow. We did swim in that. And there's a bunch of leaves inside of it too to be cleaned out. There's a lot of work to be cut out. Check this out. The water went all the way over to the other edge of the pool. So that is one flooded pool deck. I wonder if the main pool looks the same. My gosh, that is a mess. For areas of the resort that are impassable, they put up tape to block because we have a down tree, a pretty big size one on the lawn there. So they're doing a good job protecting the guests, not walking anywhere near any down trees, getting hurt or anything. So this is definitely the most damage I've ever seen a hurricane do at a Disney hotel. Knock down a tree this big, which is a testament to how lucky we have been staying at the Disney hotels during the storms. But you can see this is a pretty large tree, and that's just how strong the winds are. There we go. JohnnyJans giving it some scale for me right there. How big. I am glad to see that my fountain is intact and it's flowing nicely. No damage sustained to this wonderful fountain. It's 10:30 right now, and the main area to eat is still closed, and cast members are making sure you don't go to the main building at all, I guess. Pool deck. It's a little flooded. There's debris. It looks like that towel bin took a hit. Overall, not too... Actually, they probably laid it down on purpose, maybe. I don't know. But the other one's not, so maybe it did get blown over. Hard to say. Outside Melody Hall, and like I said, they're not letting anybody in, but a line has formed outside the building, and they're not quite ready. They must be cleaning up whatever happened inside. I remember I did showcase the bamboo and it did hold up like I said, but we do have some bent pieces of bamboo. That's how strong those winds are, because bamboo is really strong, but it was able to knock some of them over. So that's something as I'm walking through the leaf debris field right now. Wow. And look at this, we have one more tree that toppled over, and thank God it fell a little more back in the woods because it landed just short of where the rooms are, and that could have been pretty dangerous. But wow, that is another big tree. So it's the second big tree I've seen here at All Star Music today down. Well, there it is, folks. That's gonna do it for my stay during the hurricane here at Disney's All Star Music. Big shout out to the cast. Very thankful for them. They were most gracious, most accommodating. And don't worry, all the debris you saw around All Star, that's gonna get cleaned up so fast and in a hurry. Also, just wanna say thoughts and prayers to everybody who made it out of the hurricane much worse than I did. We were so lucky, so thankful. And I know other people definitely were not, especially on the west coast of Florida. So lots of thoughts and prayers out to them. But that's gonna do it for me. Once again, I'm JohnnyJans, and I'll catch you out there next time. Meandering around!
It sounds like Mickey Mouse.
Oh yeah, look at that. That's cool. So even here at Disney, in the aftermath, we still find joy where someone's gonna make a hidden Mickey out of the debris. So that's nice.
The hurricane made it.
The hurricane did not make that.